Chapter 861 of One Piece, and a couple thoughts and or predictions on Chapter 862, next week's chapter, which will be unfortunately be on break, but still gonna put out my thoughts and see what I think may end up going on in that next chapter. Sorry for not being here last week. I was out of the country, but I'm back and I'm ready to get into this chapter, so let's go. Alright, so first off, around what I'm thinking about with Vito, we see Vito kind of come in and he starts talking to Beige, which, in my opinion, I find that really, really funny because Vito realizes what they're up against, at least in my opinion. And he sees all these big shots in there, Dogtooth, Smoothie, these other third and fourth sons, other people like the daughter, the Minister of Fruits Compote, and the eldest son and the Minister of Candy. Like, I don't know what their power levels are. We haven't seen yet, so none of us would really know, but like, there's a lot of big shots just within a Yonko's crew, which at least, for me at least, enlightens me on how big and how strong like a Yonko's crew really, really is, which maybe I was just like naive and didn't really expect that, but Vito knows what's gonna happen. I just think Beige's whole reaction is a little bit more nonchalant or whatever, but I mean, I don't know. They're going up against all that and they think they're just gonna finesse this dub is, I don't know. That plan just makes me really think that plan could easily fall apart with all these, like, 800, 700 billion berry bounty guys, all just stocked into one area. Next up is the picture of Mother Caramel. I don't know. I mean, it's nice that we got to see it. Like, don't get me wrong, but it was just like, it just looked like a regular old lady. Like, wasn't anything like that could give us any hints for, what she may, like, if we've ever seen her before, or if she, like, to me, I think she's, like, a brand new character. I don't think we've seen her, at least, I don't really, like, see any recognition between her and any other people we've previously seen. So it's cool that it's most likely going to be a new character. At least I'm hoping it is, so at least we get to see that. That'd be nice. What was really interesting was Big Mom's reaction to when someone even brought up her name, which I'm sort of starting to think that, like, it may be, like, a fear tactic. Like, I've heard other theories on YouTube talking about, like, Horcrux and then, like, the Mother Caramel being, like, an actual soul and entity and how, like, it gets weak. Well, like, Capone even said that, like, if we damage Mother Caramel, then the photo of her, at least, then Big Mom can be weak also, and we can actually damage Big Mom. And I really feel like, at least in my opinion, there's, like, kind of like a Gecko Moria vibe, where, like, when someone even brings up the name of Mother Caramel about the photo, she just flips out and, like, attacks, the one guy that brought her up. And that makes me think if it's more just a fear tactic so that no one ever brings the name up or even, like, slightly gets close to weakening Big Mom because they're so scared of what happens even when they just mention the name and she goes off. So I'm wondering if maybe that's, like, her tactic to always keep herself, like, invincible. I don't know, like, I'm just thinking about it from that perspective, which I do think is really interesting at least, but, I mean, if she's just, like, knocking people out left and right, if someone just brings up the name, like, I just cannot wait to see what happens when that photo actually gets destroyed. Like, I believe it's going to get destroyed, at least that part of the plan is going to succeed, but, like, just imagine what's going to happen when it's destroyed. Like, holy heck, it's going to be complete and total chaos. Shit is going to go down. After that, they were just giving her some gifts or whatever, but then, like, I can't wait to see the Tamate Bako box. Oh my god, when that thing opens, holy crap. It's going to be crazy. I don't know when, I'm curious when they're going to put it into the story, because they're not going to just, I don't think it's going to be open next chapter. Actually, well, maybe it could be, and then that would, like, completely destroy Capone's plot. Like, I just don't see that box as knocking out a Yonko. I mean, it could have some major firepower, but a Yonko is a Yonko, in my opinion. I don't think a box would just take one out, but that could disrupt Capone's plan, at least, if that did go off next chapter. I'm thinking about it from that viewpoint, but I'm really curious how that is going to really affect Big Mom and the whole wedding as a whole, because that's going to be one major L. Someone's taking that L. I don't know who it's going to be. Most likely Big Mom when it goes off, etc., etc. Another really interesting point was the little door that with the door that, like, was thinking and whatnot, that, like, because it was a homie, and so it had, like, its own, like, independent thought, like we've seen previously. But I was thinking, like, so that homie just, like, sort of found out about Capone's plan, but then was just, like, taken out in, like, a second, which really makes me think, like, how does one homie communicate to, like, Big Mom or to, like, the Hat or Zeus, Prometheus, however Big Mom gets all her intel on the island? Like, how is the information that one homie views, like, sees, listens, or starts to, like, obtain, get transported, or gets sent off to Big Mom herself, so then she comprehends and completely understands the situation, which poses a big threat for Capone's actual plan, because anyone can be listening to him at any point of time, and then just immediately just report all their actions and plans and schemes to Big Mom ASAP, and he has no way to prevent that from happening. I mean, other than just running around like trying to kill them all, but I don't think that's going to be successful in the slightest. Lastly, I thought was really funny. It's just like Sanji. Oh my god, like I was hoping, like I knew this was gonna, like it was great humor. Like Oda did a great job with like the comedic value of this chapter. I think it's hysterical, but like there was that moment in the beginning where I saw Pudding, and Pudding's like acting super innocent. I was like, oh, maybe like she could be good again. Like I just like the way Oda draws Pudding makes her look so innocent. Like when she went like completely savage like 5 chapters ago, now she looks completely innocent now, and I'm like, holy cow! Like how did, like, even just makes me question like, oh, maybe she is like not that evil. But then at the end of the panel, she goes, the hell is with this pervert? I want to kill him right now. Like completely a savage. Like it's crazy. I'm worried Sanji's gonna somehow mess up the plan somehow, and he won't be able to focus. When it gets deep down into it, like Capone even said, when he was coming over, what did Capone say? He goes, that bastard, he's getting way too into his acting role. Because that could throw definitely some wrenches into the plan. That would definitely screw things up if Sanji can't get his mind out of the gutter, for a lack of better term initially. Which is funny, but yet at the same time a little worrisome. Another last thing that I did see that like really was just like ominous, and like if you look in the last panel on page 16, the bottom right, you see Judge like laughing a little bit when Sanji comes over, and you just see Big Mom glaring at him. Like the panel in her eye is directed at Judge. Like it looks so sinister. Like I can, like she is definitely on a mission to take out the Vinsmokes, take out whatever she's got to do to gain more power and be stronger throughout the pirate world of One Piece. Which I just like, it just you like. Big Mom puts on this facade throughout the thing, like throughout the party. She's like super nice, and then boom, just glares, sinister, scary. Like I don't want to touch her at all. I don't even want to get anywhere associated with that at that party if I was there. But none of them have any idea what's going to go down. It even looks like Judge, at least, and the Vinsmokes still have no idea at all that the they're gonna be like taken out in the next chapter, or next 2 chapters or so. Looking forward to 862, like I talked about earlier. The Tomatico box, when that's gonna go off, I don't think that's gonna go off next chapter. I think maybe like 2 or 3 chapters, we eventually would start to see that play a vital role and what's going to happen, because Capone just walked into the wedding, so we're still probably gonna have a little bit more filler next week with Capone setting every single thing up, then Luffy getting woken up, and he's probably gonna talk for a couple panels with the crew before they even like go to Luffy's like favor he asked of Capone and whatnot. With all that, Caesar's still got to set up the mirror. I think, no, Caesar's in Capone right now, my fault. And he's going to bring in the mirror with all that. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of Big Mom's big numbers, like the big people in her crew right now in the wedding. So, next chapter, like I said, I don't really think we're going to get fully into the meat and potatoes of the fight yet. Maybe like the last panel is when something's going to happen, or I think it's going to be in 2 chapters when it really starts to like accelerate. And I'm curious what these big numbers are going to do. Like, I mean, you did hear Vito talk earlier about that one of the underworld people was really talking with the Vinsmokes, and that makes me think, like, could there be an alliance with then some of the underworld people and the Vinsmokes if the Vinsmokes then do join Capone and Sanji and Luffy, because they're being targeted by Big Mom. Like, anyone without a brain, like would honestly do that. But if they then start to pull in some more of the underworld allies along with that fight, would be really, really interesting. How they then match up against the commanders within Big Mom's crew, because we still haven't seen Snack yet. Looking forward to see Snack. But at least it would be very interesting to see like all those power levels really going at it, whatnot. Like we'd also get to see what the power level of the underworld heads of the underworld would be, which I'm very curious. I can't tell if they're just like, I mean, I feel like almost like they're like in my opinion like a mini Gorosei. Like we could assume that they're decently powerful just because they're ahead of the underworld, but like, are they really? We don't know yet. So I mean, we'll find out hopefully in the next couple 2 or 3 chapters at least. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm also looking forward just to see how Sanji gets his way out of this wedding without like completely losing his shit when he's about to get shot. Watch him just forget he's gonna get shot. Like if that happens, this is gonna go completely chaotic. Hysterical but chaotic, honestly. Alright, anyway, that's all from me, guys. It's the Grand Line. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Alright, catch you guys later. Thanks.